start off by asking for any child who is given the opportunity on the west side of Las Vegas to go and visit the Black Pillar, what is something you want them to take away with them and also to leave there?
First off, like a grounding, the pillar itself, the whole foundational energy is grounded in an appreciation for those ancestors whose spirits, whose flesh, whose blood come together to create us. So that's really where it starts from. So I love that the pillar is in Legacy Park, that it's surrounded by that history of our community, celebrating those pillars of our community and those people we come from. So first and foremost, that grounding. But second from that, kind of with the grounding, a sense of wonder, of possibility, of being hopefully transported even just for a moment outside of the here and now. The day of the opening of the park, a lot of folks were kind of reflecting with me on that idea of really enjoying the reflective nature of the gold sphere on top, how you go through this history, you look up, and then it's like it looks back at you. Yeah. Almost like in one brother kind of expressed this idea of like it's like now it's on you. And so just a sense of possibility, of wonder, because one thing that we talk about, if there's any sort of tragedy with Black people right now, it's that of unexpressed genius. Because I believe we all carry it, and if we just have the resources, if we have the grounding, the community support around us, we all are all capable of amazing acts of wonder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, the inexperienced genius. What was because I know that you were really intentional about what you bring into the world, right? Around your craft. So what said, like, what was the confirmation, like, this is what I'm being called to? Because I know that you don't take it lightly, right?
No.
Knowing how deeply devoted you are to the West Side Las Vegas, your people, your legacy, and so what gave you the confirmation that this is something that I want to contribute to?
The confirmation, we've talked about this before, the confirmation comes, I think, in little moments all the time. Because in many ways, all of us are just kind of going through this thing called life, trying to figure it out. And a lot of times we're unsure. I feel blessed to, in many ways, feel a little more comfortable living in that unsure space. A lot of that I feel comes from my ancestral grounding. But ultimately, it comes from responsibility, because this is an opportunity that kind of found me. And even that in and of itself, right, is a confirmation. Because I wasn't even sure I was comfortable engaging in the project at all. So, quieting oneself and listening, it's an opportunity to, in many ways, set in stone. At any point, at any level, something of reverence to, once again, those people who created a community that not just sustained but thrived and created us. So ultimately, responsibility comes, and trusting that the spirit, ancestors, gods would not put you in that space, in that place, in that time if you were not ready. And so just trusting, much in the same way we talk about in the art practice, I don't try, don't conceptualize, I just trust that whatever is being called to come forth is what it's supposed to be. And I just try to trust in that and continue to move forward in kind of a diligence. And my job is to live in almost a form of discipline to create the space for that to freely come forth. and just trust and keep working.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for walking us through that, walking with us on that. The physical prints. What?
Yeah.
Again, because I know the intentionality in which you move, right? So,
Yeah.
what has you wanting to harness the energy of the black pillar and put it into these physical prints?
Yeah, good, amazing question. One, the spirit of this, you recognize being a public art piece that can't move, it's in one spot.
Yes, sir.
And while it's very important for me that it comes from that soil of that spot and place,
Right.
you do want it to be shared, because even a lot of us that come from, are connected to the West Side and its history, aren't here as much as we'd like to be. So this idea of sharing and making accessible, even trying to do that in a price point, right? Trying to sell this for $50,
Yeah.
right? Try to keep it so folks, and even putting it in like it's like an over-the-counter grade frame, but just something that folks can just quickly grab and put on their wall.
Yeah.
And if you want to take the print like a step further and get a custom frame and do your thing,
Yeah.
by all means. But it's trying to share the practice and help folks that maybe want to collect art and maybe not have the money to be big collectors, give folks a way to support, because a lot of folks want to support and recognize something real, and they want to be able to show love. So showing love even back, because each one of these prints, much like that, that pillar came from a colored pencil sketch right before teaching the class at a Kwanzaa celebration one year in Nevada Partners, with a group of young folks, then a couple of paintings, and then like a year or two later, somehow this whole opportunity came. And so then we made it into like real rough, with the hands, like a little clay sculpture that sits at my grandfather's house in the kitchen, because he's 98, he can't go be with the pillars, so he's with the one that I made. These prints are much the same. We make the prints, I took the photograph, I make the prints here, I sign each print, I frame them myself, and that I is turning into an us, because this 33 gallery, fortunately, this team, this spirit is expanding and growing. But it's just, that's putting that same intentionality and love into everything, from the big spectacle to the small intentional.
Yes.
It's all matter, it's all being, it's all of equal importance.
Last question.
Love and respect.
Where and how can we experience this form?
Yeah. So love, yeah. So we are going to open up the gallery. We're Monday through Friday, by appointment. That's just so we can keep an eye on the schedule, because we've got a lot going on. So folks can make a time to come in. We could chop it up. You could buy a print. We're going to have it available online through our online store at 33gallery.com. I would love for folks to go to Historic Westside Legacy Park. It's open 7 days. Spend some time, reflect, be with the pillars in person, because that's always the, that's that most immediate. And engage with us here. Hopefully we put this video up on YouTube in a way so folks can have share comments and stuff. Let us know what you think. Keep up with the events that we do at the gallery. We love to have folks here. We're going to be doing some more classes and more open, just fun, community nights and events. So, just be a part of what we do. Oh, and we're trying a little technical thing out with these. So there may be a little something that comes with the print that has a cool kind of digital component to it. So, just trying to do the thing, brother. Just trying to do the thing.
Doing the thing.
Love and respect.
I appreciate you, brother.
Let's go.
Thank you again.
Let's get it.